Hi everybody. I hope everybody's keeping well, keeping safe. I thought I've not done a video for absolute ages. Various reasons for that. Um, Busy, not so busy, whatever. I just haven't done one really. But anyway, I've thought I'd do a video on my change of medication. So I think the last video I did on Mirtazapine and duloxetine, and I came off quetiapine. I'm still off quetiapine. I doubt I'll use that drug again. But now I've weaned off duloxetine and I've gone on to Venlafaxine. Primarily really because I think the duloxetine had worn off. It wasn't really, I don't think it was doing much for me really. So I could feel a bit of depression coming in, a little bit more anxiety maybe, not too much, but I thought rather than, I thought I'd nip it in the bud. So I spoke with my GP and we agreed to wean off the duloxetine, and I asked if I give Venlafaxine a go. I remember years ago, a psychiatrist once mentioned to me that Venlafaxine's quite good when it's augmented with Mirtazapine. So, because obviously I still take the Mirtazapine, and thought I tried it once and I couldn't tolerate the Venlafaxine, but I thought I'd give it a go. I still use the CBD oil, and I think that helped me wean off duloxetine, and I think it helped with the side effects of the Venlafaxine startup. Now, my experience with the Venlafaxine, I'm on 75 milligram at the moment. I have 37.5 milligram in the morning and 37.5 at night. I've got to admit, I think it's decent. I think it's works quite well actually. Certainly works on the depression side, and probably the anxiety. But I think the CBD oil works more for the anxiety more than anything else. But again, probably the Venlafaxine's helping as well. But I've got to admit, the initial startup, especially when I'd gone from 37.5 milligram, I had about there is the first time I took one, there was about an hour where I could really feel it kick in. So I got a little bit more anxious, but it wore off that fairly quick, like I say. Though those feelings only lasted about half an hour. But as I got on it for about a week at 37.5 milligram, I sort of had by the time I'd been on it a week, I'd sort of experienced a few highs and lows, if you will. A little bit of depression, not depression, but low mood. But it soon passed, and then I had sort of quite a day where I felt a bit euphoric, really. But that levelled out. But I felt like, in speaking with my GP, I felt like I have 75 milligram now. I've been on 75 milligram a week, so I have one in the morning and one at night, to 37.5 milligrams. And I must admit, once I jumped up, some of the side effects were quite noticeable, but manageable though. Mainly experiencing, I think it was after about 2 days, 3 days, experiencing quite intense anxiety. Again, it only lasted about an hour. It probably felt worse because we were actually out of the house as well at the time. But nevertheless, as it stands now, I feel, I feel like it is a decent drug. But what I will say is, it is out of all the antidepressants I have used, it's probably the harshest one as far as like any kind of start-up side effects are concerned. But it seems to feel all right now. It seems to have settled. Does seem to have settled. Feel pretty well. Feel quite well. Bit more, a bit more settled. There's certainly no depression anymore, so it's definitely lifted that. But no, I mean, yeah. So again, like you say, with I would imagine from my experience with it, I would suggest take it slowly with venlafaxine. If I would probably make sure you're at home for the first week, maybe, because you might experience some difficult side effects, but they do pass. Now everybody's different, obviously. I'm just going off my experience. The side effects, the start-up side effects, haven't been too bad, but again, I think that's due to the CBD oil. But I have noticed a big difference as far as any low mood's concerned. Definitely. Quite chilled, to be fair. Now it is only early days because I've only been on. How long have I been on? I've only been on 75 milligram a week or so, week and a bit. So anything could change yet again, I suppose. But on the whole, the venlafaxine, it does seem like it's decent. It's just a bit tricky starting off on it. I mean, I think there's people on 200 odd milligram of this stuff. I'm not sure as I can. I need to go as far as that as yet, anyway. But it's definitely different. Although it's an SNRI like duloxetine, it is definitely different. It is definitely different. Like it's a bit more potent, I think. But the thing is, with duloxetine, aside from it not stop working, it also caused other issues, like water retention in my legs and raised liver readings. Now, I think it was somebody who commented on one of my videos had pointed out duloxetine is notorious for attacking the liver. So I thought, oh God. I ended up having a random blood test and it showed up that I'd had some increased liver function readings. So I mentioned that to my GP. I said it could be the duloxetine, and lo and behold, it probably was, because my recent blood test's fine and water retention's gone. So all round it was worth. If anybody is on duloxetine, again, it's not a bad antidepressant when augmented, especially with mirtazapine, but it is quite toxic to the liver. But yeah, so going back to venlafaxine, I don't think it's all right so far. It's it seems to be working fine. And see how long it lasts. But it does give you quite a chilled, quite calming effect. Again, I don't know if that's because it's in combination with CBD oil and mirtazapine, but either way, I certainly noticed the difference of having the venlafaxine. It's made a difference. It really has. But again, we're all different. It's just my experience. I like to share the medication experiences I have, because I know lots of us use antidepressants. And I know some of them can be, I know Venlafaxine is notorious for being tricky. The other thing I would say with it is you need to take it if you're thinking of going on it, or it's been suggested to you, that you want to roughly take it approximately the same time each day. Now, some people state in videos of what it needs to be within 5 or 10 minutes. I've not really found that, but within an hour or so, give an hour or so either way, I think it's worth, you know, sticking to that if possible. Because like I say, I've given it an hour or two's window either way and found it not so bad. So, but then like I say, I've heard others say they can't, but that might be on the high doses. But no, of course, you know, from my own experience at the minute, yeah, I'm quite happy with it. Yeah, I thought I'd share that. You know, like I say, with it, the startup can be a bit tricky, I guess. But like I said, I've not had that many really bad, even experiences with the style. But there is it certainly feels more potent than the duloxetine, even though, you know, Venlafaxine is an SNRI, and so is duloxetine. But no, you know, so far so good. And you know, I'll carry on. See how it goes. I'm not thinking of increasing it from 75 milligram. It might do me. It might be enough for me. Who knows? But yeah, so I hope you find this video useful. Anybody that's, like I say, thinking of going on Venlafaxine, maybe give it a go. It is notorious for the startup side effects, and like I say, I noticed there was one particular, you know, once I'd upped it to 75 milligram, I thought I was actually going to have a bit of a panic attack. I was at the house at the time, but I rolled it through. It didn't, you know, and after that, it was fine. Well, yeah, but initial results decent. Definitely made a difference as far as mood's concerned. I didn't really have too much issues coming off duloxetine. Did it really slowly. And yeah, it didn't feel too bad. Like I say, the initial, when I first took the very first Venlafaxine tablet, I remember after about an hour, I was like, fucking hell, I thought it was a bit, I don't know what it felt, kind of like I was coming up on something, which it probably obviously was, but yeah, I felt a bit like restless, like for an hour. But yeah, that was all right. And then after a week or so, I upped it to 2 weeks. I upped it to 75 milligram, one in the morning, one at night. But I could certainly tell when I'd increased it. In fact, no, when I thought I'd had a panic attack, it was when I'd upped it to 75. But no, you know, give it a bash. It seems all right. There is research behind the Mirtazapine and Venlafaxine combined. Like I say, that's my experience. My experience, in a nutshell, is there is some side effects on starting the drug. For me, they didn't last that long. I haven't had any issues at all for the last 2 or 3 days or so, approximately. I'm quite happy with it. So yeah, that's that. Yeah. So hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's looking after themselves. If you've got any questions, drop us a message. Anybody that's subscribed since my last video, and all the other subscribers, thank you. You know, thank you very much for subscribing. I keep saying I'll do more videos and then don't. there's no, I don't know the real reason really, but I should do more because I'd actually quite enjoy them. I enjoy the comments. So any subscribers, thanks very much. Drop us a message. I try and get back to everybody when I can. And yeah, and if you've got any suggestions on what I could do for further videos, give us a hint, and I'll give it a go. But yeah, I will update as it's going and what's going on, if there's any changes, whatever. But yeah, so yeah, up to now, Venlafaxine to me seems alright. Bit tricky on starting, but once you get through that bit, it's fine. So yeah, thank you for watching the video if you've got this far, and I'll make another one soon. I know I've said that before, and I haven't, but I will. I'll make another one soon, so catch you later.